Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So we have an easy way for you to win the download.
By the way, I was asking, some people earlier to let us know how the show went. Everybody seems to be really happy with it. Let's see. Amy wrote and said the concert was filmed at a winery up in Sonoma, and it was awesome. Says everybody was singing along. Everybody got along. He said it sounded really good. So a lot of people are excited online, too, that got to go to the show.
Do you think friends and family got to go to that? Like, they got to, hang out in the vast...
It was very limited from what I was reading. I just read a story out of the Sonoma News, which I'm guessing is a local paper up there, and they were saying that the band members themselves stayed at their homes until the day of the show. The crew went up a week ahead of time to set everything up, and they were put up in hotels. And when they actually did the show, I think it was crew and maybe some of their family.
It's funny, I was watching some NBA playoff basketball over the weekend, and they got the bubble down there, but they kept showing the aerial views of the arena, and I want to say there was probably about 250 cars parked outside of the bubble, because you got to, it's production, and it's live production for the sake of, ESPN. So,
well, coaches and staff for each team and players, there's got to be 30 apiece.
But then they also had a bus that kept circling around. They kept showing these aerial views, and I don't know if it was the same shot, but there was a bus or a couple different shots that you'd see a bus come pulling up and then another bus leaving, like it was shuttling people in. Like they had some kind of shuttle to do it. So there must be quite a bit of people at the quote unquote bubble, but if they're in the bubble, it doesn't matter how they're moving around throughout the bubble, right? In order to thwart the spread of the disease.
Yeah, I finally saw, what you were talking about, where they have these giant monitors that looks like there's an audience there from the camera perspective.
Isn't it weird?
I'm sure if you're there, you see above that, it's empty. It's just all empty.
Well, and the NBA has implemented, and I don't know how you do this in the world of music because you're not doing them live; they're recording. But the NBA has implemented a fan app. So if you want the cheers for your team to go up at home and you're watching it, you can sit there and hit the app button.
And it pipes the sound into the arena somehow.
And you think we're a dork for picking 15 players to play on a fake team tonight. Come on. You're at home smacking that app.
Hey, if you're a hardcore fan, I would do it. I would download the app.
Lakers fans are smacking that app. But that's the world that we live in, right? I saw a guy wearing a T-shirt on Saturday. Where was I? Oh, I went to Costco on Saturday. I braved it. I saw a guy wearing a T-shirt on Saturday, and the guy was wearing a T-shirt for that night's concert, the Metallica concert.
Oh, yeah, because you could go online to their website. You could buy the merch that way. They weren't actually doing merch at the show.
It was a good-looking T-shirt. I remember seeing it.
I guess we didn't talk about that. I remember reading that, and they had a link, and I know we had it shared on our page over at kzoz.com on our Facebook, or I'm sorry, on our website, that you could click there and buy the shirt ahead of time. I guess that way you could go to the show with the shirt on.
So we can give you the download of the S&M.
Must be the Symphony and Metallica 2 album.
S&M 2 album.
I was looking, there's two, if you were to buy it in a CD, there's two different CD tracks. Mm-hmm. There would be two different CDs, excuse me. And so there's a lot of music, 20 tracks total.
The first one's been out for a long time, right? And then the second one has just been recently released.
Yeah.
So we have your chance to win those coming up. And all you have to do is basically give us your best James Hetfield and sing a cliche. Because last week we came to the realization that some Metallica songs, I'm not going to say a lot, but a handful of Metallica songs are just cliche titles. They pick a cliche out of the long list of cliches, and they're like, okay, let's write a song about sad but true.
Now we've put a list.
Nothing else matters.
You're right. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I think you could do better than that. But we put a list of these cliches up over. Didn't we do this?
Yeah. If you have a yes, it's over on our Facebook page. It's over on the KZOZ Facebook page.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. Had it more.
You'd probably posted a bunch of stuff this morning and buried it.
Yeah, I did. It's a few down. Well, because I wanted to. Yeah. So, anyways, I posted a few things already. But anyways, but here's the thing: if you can't access Facebook for some reason, you want to win, and you get through on the phones, we can give you a cliche, because I have lists of cliches here in front of me, and they're broken down.
Yeah.
Some cliches that describe time.
I love that.
Others that describe people.
You Cadillac Jack the situation.
Life, love, and emotions.
And you printed up some pieces of paper this morning. I love that.
Yeah. Heart stomping fear.
What is that? I have no idea what you just said.
I don't know. Heart stomping fear. But that's the thing. Sometimes when you listen to James Hetfield, you can't quite understand what he's saying.
That's why it's repeated many times throughout the song.
805-543-3693. All you have to do is pick up your phone, call in. If you're a Bluetoother, that's fine. Do it that way, and give us a cliche, and we're just going to give it to you as long as you try. I mean,
this is a participation trophy because, we wouldn't want to
new normal.
Offend anybody in the new normal.
All right. Hi, who do we got here?
Hey, this is Waffles.
Hey, Waffles. All right, so all you have to do is give us your best James Hetfield.
Waffles has got that Monday morning deep voice, too. That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
This is Waffles.
Do you have a cliche, or do you need me to give you one?
Oh, I got a cliche.
Go.
All right. I killed two birds with one stone.
That's perfect. Hold on, Waffles. Hold on. You're a winner. Hi, good morning. What's your name?
It's Asa.
Hey, Asa. All right, we're going to give you this digital download. All you have to do is give us your best James Hetfield.
Okay.
Do you have a cliche to sing, or do you want me to give you one?
If you could give me one, that would be best.
All right. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Oh, God. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, yeah!
Sure, why not? That's it. You're a winner. Congratulations. You got it. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
All right. Hold on the line here for a second. You bet. All right, Cody. So you got to give us your best James Hetfield. Now, do you have a cliche to sing, or do you want me to give you one?
You can give me one.
All right. Every cloud has a silver lining.
All right. It's a positivity.
I know, right?
Every cloud has a silver lining.
I was actually thinking, take a look to the sky just before you die.
Well, do that.
That's fine.
Do that.
Yeah.
Take a look to the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will.
That was so different than everybody else's.
It was so pathetic, but that's okay. Because we're all about participation trophies.
Yes. All right.
For digital downloads.
You are a winner. We're going to give you a digital download of the S&M2, okay?
All right, sweet. What do I need to do?
Just hold on a second. I'll grab all your information.
That's how you finish, Jeremy. That's how you finish.
All right, we're going to do that again tomorrow. And like I said, if you don't have a cliche, we've got 2 pages of cliches right here. We'll give it to you.
Take a look to the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Americans are failing drug tests at a higher rate, right?
Too much time on my hands.
Since 2003. Now, here's my thing. If everybody's working from home, I guess you have more time to do drugs. And most of it's marijuana. There's meth, cocaine is on the rise as well. Marijuana is legal in quite a few states now, but that doesn't mean that you can, be high on the job. Now, but if you're working from home and they want you to do a drug test, I mean, couldn't you just say, yeah, man, the Rona, I can't go get a drug test right now because I don't feel safe going into, areas with other people getting drug tests.
So wait, hold on a second though. You said that it was the positive drug tests are up since 2003.
Yeah.
Since 2003, like over the collective last 17 years, or is that like they're taking the numbers now and comparing them to 2003?
They're taking them now and comparing them to 2003. I guess opioids are down, which is like your oxys and all that over-the-counter stuff, right? I don't know. I'm not a drug guy, so I don't know a lot about drugs. Is heroin an opioid? I don't know. Maybe it is, but marijuana, meth, and cocaine are up. The only people I know, I don't know anybody who's done meth that I know. I know some people that used to do coke back in the 80s and 90s. But they don't do it anymore. And I don't. Is that even a drug that people still do? I mean, obviously they do, but maybe just not in the circles I run in.
Cocaine?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people do cocaine.
still do it.
Yes,
it's still it's still the drug to do.
I think a lot of people do cocaine.
Really, you know some people?
Whitney Houston. She don't do crack. Crack is whack.
Whitney Houston. Well, that was years ago, Jeff. That was 2000.
I understand, but I think the same rationale exists today, from what I understand, in certain circles amongst 20s and 30 somethings, 20 somethings and 30.
I just, the California, sativa, weed, the cannabis is some of that stuff is like crack. Why don't you just do that instead of the cocaine? I don't know. Never tried cocaine, so I don't know what it's like.
Different drugs have a different effect on people, and people tend to build up a tolerance over
Do you
time.
think because marijuana's become legal in more places, this is why the drug use is up, even in cocaine and illegal drugs?
Well, I think the positive results on the drug test, yes, I think so. I think I think that might be skewing it, and then they got to throw some other drugs on the list to legitimize it.
No, but I'm saying, do you think marijuana is a gateway drug to the rise in other illegal drugs?
No.
Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out.
You know a guy, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm chiming in because it's out there. San Luis, 5 cities, everywhere.
Cocaine does fine in our area, I believe.
What part of the 5 cities is it in?
From what
It's
I
not in my neighborhood that I know of. East
Oh,
side,
it's everywhere.
East
It's
side,
everywhere.
There's no early bird dinners that involve cocaine.
east
Jeremy.
side or west side of the freeway in the 5 cities?
It's everywhere. It's in San Luis. It's all over that.
It's on the west
yeah.
and the east.
Do you think it's more on the east side or the west side of the freeway?
You know what? It's actually pretty casual. I gotta say.
Oh, really? It's like, hey,
you're the one in jail if you're not casual about it.
So yeah, man, you want a bump? You want a bump? I need $50. What's a bump cost? What's a bump, by the way? Is that one hit?
No, that's for teenagers.
Oh, see, I don't even know. So what?
Yeah.
How does it work?
If you're doing bump, man, you're bad.
I've heard many casual conversations in which people are talking about cocaine, and I don't know if they're joking about it or if they're being serious about it. And the lack of laughter and taking it to the next level lets me know that they're actually kind of serious about it.
Shoot. Yeah.
Like people are just like, let's just do some cocaine. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
And then I'm
It's
like,
casual. You got to be casual about it.
Well, because I have a
Otherwise,
friend now. He lives in another state, and he's one of my friends I go on my camping trip every year with. And he's like, man, somebody brought up cocaine, and he's like, man, I loved it. He says the problem is once I start, I can't stop, and so it must be highly addictive.
yes,
Did it?
that's what
yeah.
that's what it's about.
He's like, that's why I can't do it anymore. He said, I'd love to do it right now. He likes to smoke weed, but it's like he wants to do it. But he's like, I can't because, man, it just, I'm trying to buy a house. My girlfriend would probably leave me. He says it gets that bad. All right, man.
Yeah. Yep. You guys have a good day.
All right, you too. There you go. It's casual, Jeff. It's still around. And it's up just not at just the Central Coast, but everywhere, according to this study.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't think it's fine. Don't go do it. But I'm just saying,
Is it fair for your company, if you're working from home, to send somebody over to make you pee in a cup? If you've been working from home and you can't go to the office?
No, I don't think
even
so.
though they have a drug policy.
I think it is. It's highly unfair. In fact, but I think that the types of jobs that have people working from home, they're okay with any amount of drugs that they're doing.
It's almost like, okay, so I'm curious if anybody is working from home and their company actually sent somebody to their house to give them a drug test.
When's the last time
or
you
they
took a drug
asked
test?
them, I've never taken one, or they've asked them to, go get a drug test taken.
Mister, I don't know anything about cocaine over there.
Have you ever had a drug test? Nobody's ever suspected me of being high.
I've had drug tests as part of a job. Yes.
A job?
Did I?
What job? I've been working with you for over 20 years.
No, I know. I got to think.
Before that.
I got to think back to the 90s.
The rental car place?
It was the war on drugs, yes. So I had a drug test at the Hyundai Volkswagen dealership
Really? I worked at car dealerships. They never asked me.
I had a drug test.
I wonder if they looked at you and said, "Yeah, we got to test this guy."
I had a drug test.
Thinking that's.
I did have a drug test at the rental car place. Come to think of it, I worked at the rental car place for a long time, and once you passed the drug test, you were fine. I remember stressing out about it because I was in high school at the time, and I actually pushed it off a couple weeks. Said, "Oh, I can't make it this week. Homework."
Yeah. Okay. So the same guy that I'm talking about, he worked for a company where they would do drug testing, but they would give him a notice like, "Hey, coming up in the middle of next month." They give him like sometimes a month or 6 weeks. "Hey, coming up next month, we're going to be doing a random drug test."
Yeah. This is why you can't understand why this happened.
I'm like, well, then he had plenty of time to drink all the teas and, stop using so much.
I've heard this about the NFL, and this is why I don't understand Josh Gordon and why he keeps getting positive drug tests, because the NFL will give you like a 2-month warning, or they only test you in a 2-month window, which is usually during the off season, and they test those people in that 2-month window, and then they, if you come back, clean in that 2-month window, you're fine. But in that 2-month window, if you test positive, then you're open to drug tests throughout the season.
Random, anytime.
Yeah. But all you have to do is stay off the drugs.
God, and you're getting the notice
for that 2-month window, and you're fine.
805-543-3693. Is anybody working at home and their company actually sent somebody to their house or asked you to go somewhere to get a drug test?
I think that breaks COVID rules, man. During a pandemic, I'm not going to collect somebody's excrement and waste.
Well, what? Food Jets and, all the different Uber Eats.
Don't pull Food Jets into this discussion.
They're delivering food. Why couldn't you deliver urine?
Uber drugs?
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.